Mile 600. Lots of birds out this morning. So I just broke camp a little late today. I really slept hard last night. Thank goodness. It's been, from what I've heard from the locals, unseasonably cold right now. And I switched out all of my winter gear for my summer gear in Damascus. I am regretting that decision because I've been cold at night with a Kelty blanket versus a sleeping bag. So I ended up ordering a 35-degree sleeping bag. Pretty cheap on Amazon. I think it's like a Sierra Designs. So I'm hoping that will help me. And then if it gets too hot, I can just sleep on top of it with my sleeping bag liner on top of me. So I think that's gonna work better. Here's a cool sign. That's for a shortcut to Woods Hole Hostel, which is where I'm going today. I'm so excited. But anyway, so the gear, ordered a quilt, and then I ordered some smart wool sleep pants. My other sleep pants, I got holes in them, so I ditched them. And I'm really missing them right now. And I also ordered some sleeping socks because my feet have been cold at night, even with the down booties on. So anyway, that's why I haven't been sleeping well, but I slept hard last night. But yesterday in this area, I saw my first bear. Black bear, obviously. It was really cute. He was on the trail. I'm saying he, it might have been a she. It was on the trail. I think it was rooting around under the rocks for some grubs because I saw some overturned rocks. So right away I just said, "Hey bear." I went into automatic mode. I kind of wish I didn't scare it. Got a video, but I didn't get a video, unfortunately. But he was really cute, very skittish. So ran away, just like ran on the trail for a while. It was really cute. I've also seen, I'm trying to think of the other animals I've seen on this stretch. I think I saw, I'm not sure if golden eagles are a thing in this area, but a huge, it looked like a golden eagle. Maybe it's just a really big hawk. I need to learn my bird ID a little bit better, but yeah, some cool animal sightings. I guess I have one more. Oh, those snakes that I showed you guys footage of. They're like big, black, they look like tubes, black tubes. So both of them, I almost stepped on them because I was kind of like rolling down the trail pretty fast. So I had to jump back. But yeah, some cool animal sightings. And like I said, I'm going into Woods Hole Hostel today, which I've heard so much about. It's a very popular hostel. And everybody I've talked to who's hiked the trail said I have to go there. So they do, I think they have like an organic garden, so they cook breakfast and dinner sometimes for a donation. And they offer like yoga at 4 every day for free. So anyway, it sounds like my kind of place. So I have about 9 miles to get in, and I'm hoping I don't need a reservation. They have private rooms and bunk houses and tenting, so hopefully I can get something. I should mention too, it's been very secluded for me on this stretch. I've been pretty much alone when hiking. I think I only saw 4 people yesterday, and it was just like 2 groups. So it's been kind of nice. I've been going inward a lot and just thinking about a lot of things, so it's good. Also kind of hard. I know a lot of people say it's tough to be in their thoughts on trail sometimes, like all day. I'll put in some music or a podcast every once in a while, but it's been nice to just be introspective for a bit on trail. All right, here's another one I almost stepped on. He's not really moving. Come on. Move along. Might have to wait this one out. Here's an example of not the most ideal tent site, but mileage wise, I just have to make it work CDT style. Right under this. But we're gonna make it work. Got a better tent site tonight. We're going up a pretty steep grade. Something I've noticed as time goes on about the AT is there's steep sections, like maybe this will be half a mile or something, and then it'll flatten out. Like here, it looks like a little bit. So it's kind of nice because you get a break in between the really steep sections.
But then we won't play again for a week and we'll play up here. We'll play up here and it'll be exactly the same. What won't be exactly the same? But it'll be the same.
Look at all the stuff she had. Look at it and to see it from things down.
There's only a couple things you're not going to see. He's a really good singer.
I had two books because when I took the books, I heard
Alright, just left Woods Hole and we are really testing out the poncho today. I'm putting it over my pack today. So far so good. I've gone just like a mile maybe, but my core's dry. My legs are actually dry. It doesn't go all the way down to my ankles or anything, but hopefully this bodes well. I did pick up a Frog's Togs jacket just in case this doesn't work out and I need more warmth. Alright, I'm taking an early lunch in this shelter. It's the only shelter between here and I think 16 more miles, which is how far I want to go today. The rain is not letting up, so I'm gonna have an early lunch here. I'll probably just push for the rest of the day. It's an embrace the suck kind of day. Luckily the sun peeked out. It's cloudy now, but I'm finally dry. There's a train from Parisburg. Finally dry. My trusty poncho kept everything pretty much dry underneath, so that bodes well. My new expensive gloves were a total bust, so that's a bummer. They were like 50 bucks. So I might have to look into that a little bit more and get something else. But yeah, things are looking up. Hiking a little late into the evening, but look how beautiful. It's about 8 o'clock and I just went to a shelter thinking I was gonna stay there, but there was a lot of, apparently from somebody who's staying there, said there was a lot of dew last night, and I don't really want to take the risk of getting all wet and cold, so I'm gonna go push on to a drier site with dirt spots to set up my tent instead of the grass like this, because everything will be wet if I do that. So pushing on. It's been raining on and off today, and it's definitely harder to hike, a lot slower, because all the mud, it's very slippery, the rocks are slippery. I'm hiking on a lot of kind of ridgeline, a very lush ridgeline, lots of rocks. So fortunately it's a lot slower. And then this happens literally like a car wash. That was me. Slid all the way down. Didn't fall though, but I'm trying to avoid this. Might not be possible. Just go for it. Whew, what a day. So I'm in a little bit of a dilemma. I was just gonna set up my tent back there. There were tenting sites. It's been really rainy and slippery, so I've been going slower than I thought. So I was gonna stop about 2 miles before a shelter. So I was setting up my tent to get warm. It's probably like 40 something degrees right now. It's cold, 50, low 50s. and my tent pole broke. My tent pole was broke before in like a really crazy storm on the CDT, and now the other side broke just by me putting it up. So now I have to definitely go to the shelter tonight, hoping there's a spot. They're gonna have to make a spot because there's no way. I'm just cowboy camping in this. So now I have to go down this like steep descent that's 2 miles, and it just like downpoured for a very long time, so it's going to be very slippery and it might get dark. So not a good day. This is an example of not a good day, but luckily there's a shelter. It's going to probably be a cold night. I'm wet, just like pretty wet. Salamander. I almost stepped on him because I'm in a hurry. Sorry. Wow. Cool. Hello from my new tent. So I'll fill you guys in on what happened with the tent situation. So that night when I got into the shelter, unfortunately, it was full. Like since Damascus, it's been pretty not crowded on trail, uncrowded on trail. I haven't really seen a ton of people, especially at tent sites, shelters. But of course, the one that I needed to crash was completely full. There were people tenting, so I approached the shelter and I was like, hey guys, here's the situation. I'm so sorry. And so one of the nice guys moved out to his tent and gave me his spot. So thank you. And so anyway, that night when I got in, after I set up, I messaged a shuttle driver that I took a picture of, the little advertisement before Woods Hole Hostel. Thank goodness. So I didn't have any service. So I messaged him on my Garmin and I said, hey, you know, I have this situation and I need to go get a tent. And he said, oh, well, I'm a Big Agnes dealer, so I could definitely help you out with that if that's what you want. And I'm like, that's perfect because I have a Big Agnes. So I ended up getting from him this tiger wall. It's a 2-person, so it's huge for me. There's 2 vestibules. It feels a little weird being in it, but I think I'm gonna love it. I have a ton of room. My foot box, I can put my, if I want, I can put my pack in here. So I did use a tiger wall on the CDT when my copper spur broke. Stevie Wonder brought his tiger wall that I could use. So the 1-person was great, and it seems like the 2-person is going to be the same. It's going to be pretty good. It's a little lighter than the copper spur. So yeah, I'm happy with it so far. There's a little bit of, like, you can see down by the foot box condensation, but I think it's just my pitch. So I'll have to work on my pitch. But anyway, 2-person was the only thing he had, and I definitely took it for a discount too, which was great. So anyway, I'm in a new tent now. I'm gonna send my copper spur home so then I can deal with that once I get home, getting the spare part and all that. So really happy with this tent so far. Things are looking up, and this is an example of the trail provides. Just the random shuttle driver that I decided to message was a Big Agnes dealer, so it made it really easy to get a replacement tent.